Question number 17. The Cretaceous pterosaur Tupandactylus navigans is known for having an anomalously oversized head crest. Until an almost complete fossil skeleton was found in Brazil, paleontologists had been able to study only skull specimens from T. navigans, though it was presumed that, like other pterosaurs, the species' primary form of locomotion was powered flight. Examining the fuller skeleton in 2016, Victor Beccari and his team determined that T. navigans had long hind legs, short wings, and an unusually long neck, characteristics that combined with the creature's large crested head would have made sustained flight difficult and walking upright relatively comfortable. Based on these findings, the team suggests that T. navigans likely blank, which choice most logically completes the text. Is it A, flew for longer distances than did other pterosaur species that had oversized head crests? B, had longer wings than other pterosaur species considered to have been comfortable walking? C, had a smaller head than researchers expected based on the earlier T. navigans skull specimens? Or D, flew for shorter distances and spent more time walking than researchers previously thought? Initially, you can see that the situation is that the pterosaur was having an anomalously oversized head. So it's already quite heavy, and only by examining the skull specimens, they presumed that it was flight. They did not see the rest of the skeleton. Then later in 2016, Victor Beccari and his team determined that T. navigans, what are the other features they observed? Long hind legs, short wings, and an unusually long neck. So with short wings, obviously it's not going to be that easy to fly long distances. So these characteristics, that's what it says, with the creature's large crested head, and that too the head will be big and heavy. So it means that it will make the sustained flight difficult, and instead of that, walking upright will be more comfortable for such an animal. So which should we choose? So if you say D, well done, that is the right answer. Choice D is the best answer because it most logically completes the text discussion of the Cretaceous pterosaur Tupandactylus navigans. The text first describes what paleontologists initially speculated to be true of T. navigans based on observing only fossilized skulls. So only skulls they saw, and they hypothesized something. Namely, that T. navigans had an oversized head crest, and that like other pterosaurs, its main mode of movement must have been flight. But then the text goes on to describe what researcher Victor Beccari and his team concluded on studying a nearly complete fossilized skeleton of T. navigans that provided additional information that fossilized skulls alone could not. So Beccari and colleagues determined that T. navigans had long hind legs, short wings, and an unusually long neck. And not only that, in addition, the oversized head crest previously observed by the paleontologists. So taken together, these characteristics would have made sustained flight difficult and upright walking comfortable, which would make T. navigans different from other pterosaurs that moved mainly through flight. So this is a different pterosaur. He has small wings and short wings, and he has a big head. So thus Beccari and colleagues suggest previously held speculations of paleontologists are inaccurate, that instead of moving mainly through powered flight, T. navigans likely flew for shorter distances and spent more time walking than researchers previously thought. And that is why now A is not correct. That is incorrect because Beccari and his team determined, based on their examination of a nearly complete skeleton, that T. navigans would have found sustained flight difficult, which would differentiate it from most other pterosaurs that moved mainly through flight. Therefore, Beccari's team would not suggest that T. navigans flew for longer distances than did other pterosaur species with large head crests. And choice B is also not correct because the fossilized skeleton studied by Beccari and colleagues was notable for its short wings, and because no indication in the text is made that other pterosaurs were thought by paleontologists to be comfortable walking. Therefore, Beccari's team would not suggest that T. navigans had longer wings than other pterosaur species considered to have been comfortable walking. And C is also incorrect because the text indicates that Beccari and his team agree with the paleontologists mentioned earlier in the text that T. navigans had a large crested head. Therefore, Beccari's team would not suggest that T. navigans had a smaller head than researchers previously expected. So, I hope that's clear.